6 p.m. Pakistan Standard Time. Assalamu alaikum. This is Radio Pakistan. The news read by Hassan Gilani. First, the headlines. Prime Minister has assured the International Monetary Fund that Pakistan is committed to successfully complete the ongoing IMF program. Islamabad will present Resilient Recovery, Rehabilitation and Reconstruction Framework 4RF at the Climate Resilient Pakistan Conference in Geneva on Monday. Railways and Aviation Minister has reiterated his commitment to make Pakistan Railways and PIA profitable entities through effective steps. All Parties Hurriyat Conference has said international community's criminal silence on grim situation in Indian illegally occupied Jammu and Kashmir has emboldened India to continue its atrocities on Kashmiris. Palestine has called for binding mechanisms to ensure protection of existing historical, legal and political status of Jerusalem. United States has announced to provide over $3.75 billion in military assistance to Ukraine. And now the news in detail. Prime Minister Shehbaz Sharif has assured the International Monetary Fund that Pakistan is committed to successfully complete the ongoing IMF program. He was talking to the Managing Director of the International Monetary Fund, Ms. Kristiliana Georgieva, via telephone. During the conversation, MD International Monetary Fund reiterated its commitment to help Pakistan in the difficult period. The Prime Minister thanked Ms. Kristiliana Georgieva for her understanding and empathy of challenges that Pakistan has been facing. Pakistan will present the Resilient Recovery, Rehabilitation and Reconstruction Framework 4RF at the International Conference of Climate Resilient Pakistan in Geneva on Monday. Prime Minister Shehbaz Sharif will co-host the conference along with UN Secretary General Antonio Guterres. The conference will serve as a platform to marshal international support for the people and government of Pakistan to build back better in a resilient manner after the recent devastating floods as the country transitions from the rescue and relief phase to the monumental task of recovery, rehabilitation and reconstruction. Pakistan will seek international support and long-term partnership for its implementation. The 4RF document outlines a prioritized and sequential plan devised at the federal and provincial levels and includes the financial mechanisms and institutional arrangements for its execution in an open, transparent and collaborative manner. The conference will help Pakistan in forging a long-term partnership with its friends and development partners on the basis of the 4RF document and serve as a demonstration of international solidarity with the people of Pakistan in their journey on the path of rebuilding their lives and livelihoods. Minister for Railways and Aviation Khwaja Saad Rafiq has reiterated his commitment to reduce the volume of losses in railways and Pakistan International Airlines and make them profitable entities by taking effective steps. Addressing a press conference in Lahore today, he said that infrastructure of railways worth 500 billion rupees has been destroyed due to the unprecedented floods in the country. Highlighting the vision to steer the Pakistan Railways from the current challenges, the minister said that branding of the railway stations could prove useful to generate revenue and optical fiber would be laid through the revenue sharing formula. He expressed the hope to acquire 40 billion rupees from Geneva Conference for railways, which will be spent for the maintenance of tracks. Saad Rafiq said that railways land will be used for commercial purposes to generate mammoth revenue and review petition has already been filed in the Supreme Court in this regard. Pakistan's largest three-day tech conference and expo titled Future Fest 2023 is continuing on the second day at Expo Center in Lahore today. Today's agenda of conference includes various panel discussions like the Future of E-commerce, Digital Health Landscape of Pakistan, The Future Depends on Data, Innovating for the Future, Are We Ready, Beyond Borders, The Future of Business and Politics, The Future of Digital Insurance, Lending and Challenges and Daily Struggles of Professional of professional esports players in Pakistan. It is pertinent to mention that Radio Pakistan has also set up a stall in Future Fest 2023 for the first time in the history to highlight its recently incorporated technological advancements, training courses, key initiatives, and opportunities for the participants. This is Radio Pakistan. The All Parties Hurriyat Conference has said the criminal silence by the international community and the UN on the grim situation in Indian illegally occupied Jammu and Kashmir has emboldened India to continue with its atrocities on Kashmiris. According to Kashmir Media Service, the APHC spokesman in a statement in Srinagar said, India is victimizing the Kashmiris for challenging its illegal occupation of their homeland. He said extrajudicial killings, fake encounters, arbitrary arrests, and torture of innocent people and molestation of women by Indian troops have become a routine matter in the occupied territory. The spokesman deplored that the international community has turned a blind eye to these Indian brutalities. He urged the UN to impress upon New Delhi to respect the aspirations of the Kashmiri people and give them their inalienable right to self-determination without any further delay. The United Nations has launched the Urdu version of UN News recently. Welcoming this development, Permanent Representative of Pakistan to the United Nations, Ambassador Munir Akram said, the launch of the Urdu version of UN News will expand the UN's outreach to a wide range of Urdu-speaking audience and promote the diversity of its communications in multiplicity of languages. Ambassador Munir Akram also deeply appreciated the Department of Global Communication for supporting Pakistan's pioneering efforts towards promoting multilingualism and diversity of the UN's committees in order to maximize UN's noble objectives. In India, thousands of villagers continue their sit-in protest in Azamgarh district of Uttar Pradesh against the government's illegal land acquisition plan. The protesting villagers, majority of whom belong to oppressed castes, say the government is acquiring the land illegally and unconstitutionally. They say the plan will affect thousands of people, their homes, several schools, a rural child care center, and one canal. The PGP government of the state says it wants to acquire the land ostensibly to expand the dysfunctional Azamgarh airport. Palestinian Ministry of Foreign Affairs and Expatriates has called for binding mechanisms to ensure the protection of the existing historical, legal and political status of Jerusalem and its sanctities. The ministry welcomed the positions of the states and regional and international groups in the emergency session of the UN Security Council that was held yesterday. The ministry also welcomed the international consensus that emerged during the preparation for the session, during it and after it, to reject the extremist Minister bin Ghafir's storming of Al-Aqsa Mosque and considered it incitement and provocation. The United States will provide more than $3.75 billion in military assistance to Ukraine. U.S. Secretary of State Antony Blinken announced it in Washington that United States will provide Ukraine and Bradley infantry fighting vehicles, self-propelled howitzers, armored personnel carriers, surface-to-air missiles, ammunition, and other items to support Ukraine. That authority allows the U.S. to transfer defense items from stocks quickly without congressional approval in response to an emergency. Deputy Under-Secretary of State for Russia, Ukraine and Eurasia, Laura Copper, told reporters at Pentagon that it is a creative solution that did acquire some engineering finance to have the Soviet launcher work with a missile produced by the U.S. companies Raytheon Technologies Corporation and General Dynamics Corporation. And now the weather. Cold and cloudy weather is expected in most parts of the country during the next 12 hours. However, light rain with snow is likely in North Balochistan, Khyber Pakhtunkhwa, Gilgit-Baltistan, Potohar region and Kashmir. Dense fog is likely to prevail in Upper Sindh and plain areas of Punjab and Khyber Pakhtunkhwa. And now the headlines once again. Prime Minister has assured the International Monetary Fund that Pakistan is committed to successfully complete the ongoing IMF program. Islamabad will present Resilient Recovery, Rehabilitation and Reconstruction Framework 4RF at the Climate Resilient Pakistan Conference in Geneva on Monday. United States has announced to provide over $3.75 billion in military assistance to Ukraine. And this is the end of the news. For more news and analysis, log on to our website radio.gov.pk and also watch live video streaming of the bulletins on the link facebook.com/Radio Pakistan News Official.